Are you struggling to focus on anything? Does your brain constantly crave for some form of entertainment? Then let me welcome you to the world of broken brains. In today's world, we rarely see anyone who's able to concentrate on a single task for hours. But not for long, because in this video I'll explain within 9 minutes what's holding you back from focusing and what you can do to improve it. But first, entertainment in the modern world is everywhere. Books, podcasts, TV shows, movies, social media and games are at our fingertips. There's no need to be bored at all. And this is all fun and games until every moment of focus work becomes a challenge, as every nerve in your body is screaming for entertainment. But how did we end up here in the first place? Well, to answer this question, we need to go back to the 1890s and meet Ivan Pavlov. Pavlov studied how dogs react when they are given food. Long story short, what Pavlov did was that every time he fed a dog, he would also ring a bell. At first, nothing exciting happened. The dog just started salivate when it saw the food. But something interesting happened over time. The dog started connecting the sound of the bell with getting food. So even if there was no food, just ringing the bell made the dog salivate. Now you might be thinking, okay, ring a bell and dog salivates. Whatever, bro. But this insight is actually quite interesting. Pavlov found out that dogs can learn to link a regular thing like ringing a bell with something important like getting food. And that regular thing can make the dog react, in this case salivate, even when the important thing isn't there. Now this whole learning process is called classical conditioning, where animals or even people can learn new stuff by connecting different things together. And as humans, we are a bit like Pavlov's dog. When our smartphone buzzes, we instinctively reach for it. We may not salivate, but our brain definitely reacts. And now comes the real interesting stuff. When you are constantly filling moments of boredom, like waiting for a friend with, for instance, a quick glance at TikTok, then feeling bored becomes your stimulus to open TikTok. And the more you do this, the stronger this association becomes. If you combine this with the fact that the average TikTok video is about 15 seconds, which basically means you're switching your attention every 15 seconds, then that creates a super powerful formula for training your brain to become chronically distracted. So the result, just as the dog associated the bell with getting food, you have associated boredom with opening TikTok, for instance. And when you try to concentrate on something for more than a few minutes, it becomes super tough because, admit it, really diving into something often comes with some moments of boredom. And we have trained our brain to not tolerate just a few seconds of boredom. But we can reverse this in 4 simple steps. Well, I don't know if they are simple, but it are 4 steps. Are you ready? Set, go! This means that we must retrain our brain to embrace boredom. And to be honest, this is a pretty tough task, but it's achievable. It basically means tweaking our lifestyle a bit. For instance, when waiting for a friend, just wait. Avoid grabbing your phone. During a walk, just focus on walking. Don't listen to music or a podcast. Do the same when cleaning the house. Now, this doesn't mean that you must be bored all the time. It simply means that you must build in certain moments of boredom during the day, so that you are basically retraining your brain to deal with this feeling. And this is a challenging one. In the beginning, you will probably grab your phone without even realizing it. Now, if you are really motivated, you can also try a social media detox. I did one last year and I also made a video about it. It's pretty tough, but you will retrain your brain faster. So, step 1, retrain your brain, then on to step 2. Whether we like it or not, focusing hard on a task costs us a lot of energy. And as a result, most of the time there's always some kind of friction, like you know it's important to do, but you don't really want to do it. Now, to fix this constant struggle, it's important to create a routine. And my focus routine basically looks like this. I wake up, make a cup of coffee, drop my phone in the living room, go to my home office and start doing deep work. The advantage of such a routine is that when doing the exact same routine again and again, your brain starts to connect it with your deep work activity. And the more consistent you are, the less energy it costs and the easier it becomes. Now, of course, everyone can have its own focus routine. I mean, everyone's different, but there are two important requirements that you need to take into account when creating your focus routine. First, remove distractions and let people who might distract you know that you are diving into an important topic and prefer not to be disturbed. Second, start your focus routine at a time that is best for you. For me, this is in the morning because then I feel fresh, but some people also prefer afternoons or evenings. Just pick the time that suits you best. Now, focus is like a muscle you can build up. The more you practice, the stronger it gets. Maybe you only stay focused for 5 minutes, but if you practice every day, your concentration will improve and of course also your focus will improve. So remember, your focus is like a muscle and you can build it up. Cal Newport, the author of the book Deep Work, explains that well-trained individuals can concentrate deeply on a task for a maximum of 4 hours a day. After that, our brain needs to recharge. And the way to do that is by giving it rest. And rest doesn't mean going on social media and scrolling endlessly. It means not stimulating your brain. So after a good deep work session, reward yourself with like a quick nap, like a power nap, or maybe a walk through the park. Just something that doesn't stimulate the brain. So to remember, taking breaks are important. Now this one is pretty obvious, but I still want to mention it. If you want your brain to function optimally, you need to take care of your body. For me this means sleep every day between 7 till 9 hours, exercise at least 3 times a week, drink enough water and eat healthy foods. So these are the 4 steps that I use to improve my focus. But I want to be completely honest, I also experience a relapse now and then. Because face it man, these social media apps are quite addictive, so it's very easy to fall back in this social media compulsive checking lifestyle. And this isn't a huge problem as long as you recognize it and pick yourself up again. I think for most of us, including me, it's a constant battle that we have to fight, but I'm sure you and I will win it. Now some final words of wisdom. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers!